When comic fans think of Green Lantern, most cannot help but picture the entire Corps, but what happens when Hal Jordan never had a Corps to back him up? Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps debuted together in the pages of Showcase number 22 in 1959 and have been a staple in DC Comics since. In mainline continuity, the Green Lantern Corps is an ancient universal peacekeeping agency, or essentially space police. No, not the Lego one. Run by the Guardians of Oa. Hal Jordan became one when the Green Lantern of his sector, Abin Sur, crashed on Earth before passing away. The Green Lantern ring flew from Abin's finger and sought Hal Jordan due to his strong will, as the ring is fueled by willpower. Now, there are decades of comics exploring this character and organization, but today I want to talk about an alternate universe from the pages of Green Lantern Earth 1. The Earth 1 graphic novels were an attempt to reinvent certain DC characters for a modern audience similar to Marvel's Ultimate Universe, except Earth 1 features no crossover between series. And Earth 1 is purely a series of graphic novels and not individual issues like Ultimate Comics were. The imprint started with Superman Earth 1 in 2010, followed by Batman Earth 1 in 2012, Teen Titans Earth 1 in 2014, Wonder Woman Earth 1 in 2016, which all got later sequel volumes in subsequent years, and in 2018, Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 1 debuted, followed with a second volume in 2020. Our story starts in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter in our solar system, specifically with Ferris 6, a mining ship with miners currently on unclaimed asteroid number 895. Ferris contacts the ship to let them know another group has found a large deposit of precious metals, so their contract is in jeopardy but not yet canceled. The people on the ship call to the people on the asteroid and give them the rundown. One of the miners, Hal Jordan, aka Hal Jordan, uncovers a crashed alien spaceship, and he and Volkov, another miner, head inside. They come face to face with a broken down robot that Green Lantern fans may recognize, and if not, all that will be explained later. They continue deeper into the ship, where they discover the ship's power source, a Green Lantern, still full of energy even after the 100 years the ship has been crashed. They next discover a body, a pink-skinned alien, long dead, with a metal rod through his midsection. He's wearing a ring made of the same green glowing material as the Green Lantern. We see the ship creak slightly, as we see it is balanced on the edge of a crater. But our two astronauts don't have time to think about that when their ship contacts them to let them know their contract is officially canceled and they're heading out, so they need to come back to the main ship. They inform their shipmates of the vessel they found, and we see Volkov packing the ring and lantern into a duffel bag. The alien ship starts shifting, and our astronauts barely escape as it tumbles down into the crater. They get back to their pod and start heading back to their main ship, Jordan piloting and reporting back to the main ship. We then see Volkov take out the lantern and ring. After putting the ring on and holding it to the lantern, a blast of energy shoots from the ring, tearing through the pod. Volkov starts to be sucked out into the void of space when Jordan grabs his hand. Volkov slips away, but the ring slips off his finger into Jordan's palm. The people on the main ship start to panic, especially when Volkov's body hits their window. The pod breaks apart entirely in a blast of green, and Jordan is left floating, protected by a green glow. Within the crashed alien ship, we see the robot awaken. But back with Jordan, he moves away from the destroyed pod, losing grip on the ring. The glow starts to fade, and Jordan realizes the ring was the source. He manages to get it on his finger, and a symbol appears on his chest. A very familiar symbol. He uses the ring to get back to the main ship, but they make the tough decision to leave him out there. Between the unknown potentially radioactive energy and the destruction of the pod, they cannot trust him to come on to the ship. As all this is happening, the robot slams into Jordan, and Jordan fights back, channeling power through the ring and eventually blasting the robot apart. This burst of energy seems to drain both him and the ring, and Jordan passes out, still floating through space. He wakens on an alien planet and meets Kilowog, another Green Lantern, who says he received his distress signal and picked him up. The planet he is on is Bolivax Vic, and Kilowog is a scientist. He questions Jordan about his species and asks Jordan to teach him how to be a Green Lantern. Kilowog explains his ring was passed to him after the death of his predecessor, and he only knows folktales of the Corps. Jordan reveals he just found the ring, and Kilowog is taken aback because no one but a powerful and skilled lantern could have done what you did. And what Jordan did was he killed a manhunter, i.e. the robot. Kilowog explains the Green Lanterns were once peacekeepers with a home base on the planet Oa until the manhunters rose up and killed them all, rings getting scattered across the universe. Rumors say the manhunters were created by the Owens, but Kilowog is unsure of the validity of this rumor. The manhunters now rule the galaxy, but leave Bolivax Vic alone since no one comes from or goes to the planet. Now, let's talk main continuity Manhunter lore real quick. The Manhunters were robots created by the Owens before the creation of the Green Lantern Corps. They, being programmed, were single-minded and deduced that emotions were the root of evil and tried to massacre all sentient organic life. The Owen Guardians destroyed most of them, a rare few escaping, and created the Green Lantern Corps to keep peace, as organic beings have empathy and can judge morality better than an AI. But back to Earth 1, the Manhunter takeover happened in a time before even Kilowog's great-grandfather was born, and Kilowog's ring was a family heirloom. He shows Jordan how to recharge the ring and lets Jordan use his lantern to recharge the ring, as Jordan's lantern was lost back at the pod. Jordan then asks Kilowog to teach what he knows, and Kilowog obliges, drawing the attention of the planet's home guard. I did want to take a second to stop and talk about Kilowog, who was first introduced in 1986 in the pages of Green Lantern Corps number 201. In mainstream continuity, he actually is a genetic scientist and is also from the planet Bolivax Vic. Where the differences come in is his role. In the regular continuity, he is actually the trainer for the new Green Lanterns, so him training Jordan here is a reference to that. But in this universe, he knows almost nothing about how to actually use the ring and just shows Jordan some simple techniques like how to use it to fly, you need to concentrate, and you can shoot energy to destroy stuff, drawing the attention of the planet's home guard. The home guard confronts the pair on the outskirts of the city when manhunters arrive and start ransacking and destroying Kilowog's lab a few miles away. The two lanterns get in a fight with the manhunters, but when Kilowog is knocked unconscious, Jordan flies them both off-world. Jordan realizes he only defeated the manhunter before because it was ancient and rusted and had been sitting on that ship for over 100 years. They'll need more power, more lanterns, to have any kind of fighting chance. They don't have much luck, the one lantern they find refusing to join them, but they do learn the Owens started the Corps to bring order. When they realized how diverse the ring wielders were, the Owens grew unhappy and created the Manhunters to bring real order, aka to control the universe. When this happened, the central battery that powers Green Lanterns was destroyed, which is why the Green Lantern power seems weaker than it should be. If you're enjoying this video, consider checking out my Patreon. The voicing, editing, visuals, everything that goes in this video is all one person, and that's me. And I really would like to do this for a living, and I currently have no patrons, so if you want to be my first patron, go check out my Patreon, and that's patreon.com/DukeEclipse. The lantern our heroes use to recharge their rings is weak with age and takes a day to recover before it can recharge again. Their rings die, and Jordan can no longer speak the alien languages his ring had been automatically translating, and before they can recharge their rings, Jordan is knocked out and enslaved by the Manhunters, who remain unaware of his ring. They take him to another planet where he mines away as a slave, and one day, when he gets close to a domed building, the ring gets a small charge. When he is threatened by another slave, Jordan blasts him with the ring. Another alien sees this and asks Jordan to get them both out. Jordan explains the ring only has enough charge to translate, and you'll need to charge it at the dome. After Jordan goes to sleep, the alien steals the ring from his finger and heads to the dome. Jordan awakens and confronts her. She lets out a burst of energy, drawing the attention of the manhunters. They blast her apart, even burning Jordan's shoulder in the process, and her tentacle, on which the ring sits, falls beside Jordan, and Jordan adorns it once more. While being chased by the manhunters, Jordan burns through the dome, a hole just big enough for him to fit through, but too small for the manhunters to fit through. He discovers the central battery inside, and learns he's on Oa. In the story, that the central battery was destroyed is actually just a rumor and not true. An Owen speaks to him through the battery. This Owen is the last and managed to escape into another dimension. He explains that the manhunters were made to deal with rogue lanterns abusing their powers, but turned on them all, killing not only the ring wielders, but all the other Owens too. This Owen tells him he must use the battery to destroy the containment dome, but Jordan realizes if he does, it would kill everyone currently on Oa, including him and all the slaves. The manhunters enter the dome, and with his ring fully charged, Jordan blows one of their heads off before fleeing the dome. He blasts into space and sends a distress signal to anyone with a ring before he starts to destroy some of the manhunters. We get a montage of ring wielders receiving his message. Jordan gets surrounded by manhunters and is pinned down when he gets saved by Kilowog. A battle ensues in which other lanterns arrive, and they use their combined power to peel away the dome. After this, with the help of a Green Lantern that just so happens to be a physicist, they figure out how to contain the battery blast that would otherwise wipe out the entirety of Oa, and channel it so it only wipes out the manhunters in this area they are fighting in. They manage to do this, but some manhunters are currently with the slaves and others are off-world, so they still have a lot of work to do. When a lantern falls while protecting some of the slaves, he gives his ring to Jordan. The lanterns escape with the slaves, determined to come back and reclaim Oa in the future. Jordan and the lanterns fly to Paraka, an uninhabited moon, and Jordan gives one of the now freed slaves the extra ring after he asks if there is anyone from his world that has a ring. The lanterns then vote Arisea, an alien who took charge on Oa, as their official leader. There's a whole lot of complicated lore regarding Arisea, and I would like to talk about that in a different video. They take the freed slaves back to their homeworlds, and Jordan and Kilowog return to Bolivax Vic and help destroy the manhunters that are attacking. Kilowog stays to clean up the rest, and Jordan leaves. We then cut to another dimension, the one in which the last Owen lives. We find out he lied, he hates the Green Lanterns and manhunters alike, and wants both dead. He reveals he's got a plan, a team of Yellow Lanterns. But, back with Jordan, he finds his battery floating near the wreckage of the pod from the beginning before he flies home to Earth. He talks to the leader of the Ferris 6 mission, and this is where Volume 1 ends. I think it's a fun inversion of the mainline story, and seeing Jordan have to learn about the ring without the backing of an intergalactic core is just so amazing. Having him be an astronaut instead of a fighter pilot is also an awesome way to expand his character in this setting. The Evil Owen is also a great idea, and this graphic novel contains a lot of great foreshadowing I didn't go in depth with, so if you enjoy this, go read it yourself. Let me know if you'd like to see me cover Volume 2 or other series and comics I can cover. But like I said, if you did enjoy this, go read this comic yourself because I left out a lot, and as always, have a great day.
Stand back and peep the light show. Green Lantern's got this!